This is my first video tutorial thing, being the ripe old age of 40. I know, it's crazy. So welcome back to the Nao Nails channel. Today I'm going to show you how to do a spooky design with my horse voice. Very fitting. It's Halloween, so let's do some Halloween nails. So I've got a tip. I'm going to be working on a tip today. Just going to show you how to do a simple design that has another effect to it. You'll know what I mean. Well, if you've seen, mind you, if they've seen the thumbnail, they should know what I'm going to do.
I don't know. I haven't decided what the thumbnail's going to be yet.
These are the colours I'm going to use from the background. So we've got this gorgeous purple, number 458. And we have this is from the glitter range. So it's a blue, but it's got like loads of little particles of glitter in. And I want to use this just to add a little bit of sparkle to act as stars. And then we've got blue reflection, which is a gorgeous blue. Like a nice pale blue, super pigmented. We're going to ombre these colours. So we're going to start with this colour towards the bottom. So I'm going to go up halfway with that one. And then the blue. So when I'm doing these ombres, I get the bulk of the product on, and then I push down so it meets that colour. And then I pull up to spread the product out evenly. Then we're going to use the ombre brush. And I'm going to tap into the purple and then move up into the blue. I'm going to come back down a little bit, slowly but surely, mixing those colours. Kind of makes like lilac. And I'm going to keep going. All the way down. I'm going to clean off the brush. And then we're going to come from here and tap. And keep going side to side. Tapping and merging those colours. And I'm going to do that twice, 2 coats. So let's cure that first coat. So now we're going to use this colour with these glitter particles in. And I'm just going to put those at the top there. And I'm going to use my ombre brush to sort of fade this down. And then I'm going to cure that. Right, what I'm going to do now is top coat this. I want to seal this in because I'm going to paint on it and do artwork on top. I don't want to paint onto a sticky layer. So I'm applying the Urban Graffiti top coat. I'm going to cure that, and that's going to give me a non-sticky layer to put my artwork on. So we have no sticky layer now. And then what we're going to do is, because I'm going to paint onto it, I want to buff this just so it's a bit smoother, and the paint will sit on top of a buffed surface a lot nicer than it will a shiny, super shiny surface. Now Adam asked me a question and he said, why didn't you just wipe off the sticky layer of the gel polish? Now, when you do that, some of the residue of the colour comes away from the nail, and I didn't want to disturb the ombre. So that's why I've done it this way. Going to wipe over with gel residue wipe off solution. It's going to get rid of any of the dust. I'm going to use a bit of backing paper as a little palette. I'm going to put some black paint on here, which I have put where?
Have you lost that new black paint already?
It's brand new, look at that. It's so clean. It's so nice. So this is the Polycolour paint in black. Going to be using these two brushes. So we have the 0002 and the 001. One is a little bit longer, one's a bit shorter and thinner. Just mixing a little bit of water with it just so it flows nice on the nail, so it moves easily. Using a little bit of titanium white as well. So I'm going to make a wash now. So you can see that that's got a transparency to it. Oh, if I move my hand. I'm just going to smoke around the edges.
Oh, you're giving it a vignette.
A vignette, I'm giving it that vignette filter. That used to be my favourite filter. I used to vignette everything. Does that even sound right?
Well, it's just when you say filter, it's so weird. Because that's what everyone calls it, like a colour grade is what I would call it.
Yeah, no, to me, it's a filter.
A filter, there, exactly.
It's
everyone says filter.
That's the only reason I know that word, Adam, is because it's a filter. And who doesn't love a filter?
Hashtag no filter.
Hashtag always need a filter. You don't need to do like a perfect border. You want it to be quite smoky and spooky. And I'm going to use the white. Just water that a little bit. We're going to do a moon. And it needs to be a full moon, because I think full moons are the spookiest. You know, is it when the werewolves come out? Now you don't want to make this perfectly opaque everywhere. You want to have like, see, I'm like just brushing into it to make it a little bit ghost.
You want to put some holes in it? So it's like cheese? The moon's made of cheese, isn't it?
Last time I tasted the moon, it wasn't cheese. It's more chalk than cheese. And then you're going to get your wash that you've just used, and then you can add little sort of shadows to it as well. Now, with the black, I'm going to paint some very simple bat shapes. So you want to start with like a bird shape. Then we're going to add a head. Now this is super tiny. I'm just adding a little bit more of that wash around the edge, because once that dries it will go really faint, and you can see where you can add any more. And now we're going to add a graveyard. Right, so now I'm going to add some like little twiggy branches coming from the sides. So you can see that I'm just literally wiggling the brush from side to side to create those branches. I want to give him some eyes.
Do you have a brush that small?
I know, this is what it's like, so small.
Let me zoom in.
Oh my god, that's like tiny. When you do this kind of design, you don't have to put as much detail as I have. You can just take elements of this design and create something really simple. The next thing that I'm going to do is we've got to make sure everything's really dry, and I've got just a little bit here still. A little bit wet, can you see how it's shiny? So we've got to wait for that to dry. So now that's dry, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use flip side from the Thermochromic, I can never say it, Thermochromic range. And I bet you're all like, what the hell are you doing?
Should you not have sealed it first?
No, don't need to seal it.
Oh. Well, that was half an hour wasted. Painting that on and then just painting over it.
So now we have a black nail. If you've never used this product before, I'm going to show you what it does. So because inside the LED lamp it is warm, this happens.
Magic.
So when it's warm, it goes transparent, quite a ghosty transparent though. Now what we're going to do is, I think this is the best bit. This bit excites me. I'm going to take off the sticky layer because I'm going to paint on it again. Can you see? Because it's going cold. Put it in the lamp and that'll heat it up. So while it's warm, I'm going to paint here. Another tombstone. Then the branches, we're going to add more branches. And what this will do is it'll create depth to the design.
Is that because the stuff in the background will have like that faded look?
Yeah, so it'll have that milky, ghost-like
So as if there's a mist.
There's a mist. Oh, yes. So scary. One thing you need to do is make sure you fill the bottom with the paint. I'm going to do another bat here as well. So you can add as many of these little elements as you want to. We're going to wait for that to dry, and then we're going to top coat. So now I'm going to top coat. You've got to make sure you cap those edges, else your paint will chip. So when the nail is cold, it is just a black nail. Just a boring black nail. Just boring black. But when it goes warm, wow, look at that, so cool. That is so cool. I love it. How cool is that? I love it.
Does it work with body heat?
Yeah, your body heat will heat it up.
So if you just like give it a rub and show
Yeah,
something.
yeah, go see my nails. What if you put it in your mouth? I love that. That is so cool. Something a little bit different. So there you are, guys. That's how to create a gorgeous Halloween design that vanishes before your eyes and reappears in a ghostly, spooky, misty way. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Everything I've used today will be listed below in the description box. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. Vanishing nail art. Look at that. I could play with this all day. Phew. 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 Yeah, I'll stop it now.
You are such a child.